Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and my guest today is Steven Franco. You are the president and CEO of Beachworx, LLC.
Correct.
For those of us who didn't know what that is, or don't know what that is, tell us.
Well, Beachworx is a co-working facility that's new to the Emerald Coast. We just opened our doors May 22nd, so
Okay.
It's brand new. It is a very unique place. It's a co-working space, which is new in this area, but it's all over the country. I'm from Atlanta originally, and they're popping up all over the place. It's basically a place where people can come and work in a very flexible and affordable, high energy, productive environment, as opposed to having to go sign long-term leases or be faced with the long-term liabilities that are associated with that. You can come in and work in our space by the day, the week, the month, by the hour. You know, we customize to what people need.
So if somebody does a lot of work from their home, but they need to meet with a client and they don't want to do it in their home, or they live in a neighborhood that you can't really have clients come in, because some associations have prohibitions against that, but they can rent space just for a day.
Correct. So we have the ability for that person, they can come in and rent conference rooms. We have state-of-the-art technology and a boardroom and 2 other conference rooms. They can do that by the hour. They can also come in and hot desk, which is an open workspace, first come, first serve, and they can do that by the hour or the day. And they can rent private offices the same way by the day. But literally, people can start in at $10 an hour and have no membership, or they can join Beachworx as a member starting at $49 per month, and then we can customize their specific business needs with business support services, as well as whether they need a private office by the month, or they can work in an open format and come in as they choose.
Got it.
Just we can customize specifically to what most any business person's going to need.
So we were talking a little bit before the show started, and you said if somebody is down here, you know, they're vacationing down here or something, and either can't get back for a meeting, or they just don't want to go back to Chicago because it's 3 degrees there.
Right.
They could come in and have conference capabilities at your place. If they are like, you know, I'm vacationing and I love this, but I really do need to get some work done, and I can't do it. Everybody else is in vacation mode, and I just need to kind of get, you know how it's different when you go into your office and it's just, all right.
Sure.
They could go in and do that just for a day, just to see.
Absolutely. So 2 parts to the traveler to answer that. One is for the many folks that come across the country that come down here on vacations. We're not trying to take people away from their vacations. We want to be with their families. So, but if mom or dad needs to get away for an hour or 2 and have mission critical work, and they need a place to go, we have all the infrastructure there. They can drop stuff off. We can help them get it done. They can come in and knock the things out, and we want to put them back on the beach with their families in that part of the season. Another area, though, I think we can tap into that really hasn't been and can be great for all the people here in this area too is there's a much more flexible workforce out there now in places like Atlanta or Chicago or Indianapolis or Birmingham or wherever people are going to come from. The idea in the past is a lot of the places stay around here have like a little, one little office, business center room, and there's not a lot there, and it's not going to really attract people to come work. But we have the facilities now that we can work and attract people to come down for more extended stays. They may come for a week, 2 weeks, a month, several months to work down here. To your point, when it's 10 degrees in Chicago, the idea of 70 degrees and sunny is pretty appealing. And
if you know that you've got a real setup, sometimes my husband and I are both lawyers, and sometimes we have either come back early from vacations for meetings, or not done something because there's a meeting. Now, hearing you can't do anything about, but if there's a meeting and you're going to do it by phone anyway, you like to be at your office, you have your secure line and all that. But if you're I'm thinking about us if we traveled somewhere else and the Beachworx was somewhere else, I could just walk in for a day or a couple of hours, and it really does give you a lot of flexibility.
Ton of flexibility, and like, for example, if you work in the open space area and you don't renting a private office, we have phone booths and stuff, so you can pop in a little secured area.
Oh, like the
so you can actually have quiet space to make calls and do certain things.
Sure.
Obviously, if there's open space, people can pop into a room or whatever, but plenty to do that. And like I said, it's the combination of this place is, it starts with the locals. I think it's a tremendous resource for local businesses, okay, that can use it in a variety of ways. And I think it has appeal to, like I said, for a lot of people in the workforce to come down here that haven't come down here. Most people come down here for their family vacation, right? Sure. But the idea of coming down here to be able to work, but I'm just telling you, in a place like Atlanta, if you look up co-working and you look up some of the places, it's a huge trend that's not going away. I mean, it's just the mobility of the workforce. If you have an iPad or a laptop or an iPhone, it's just changed. It's changed the way we do business now.
Right. Very interesting co-working. I've heard about that, but I don't know if I've heard that term. Tell me about Beachworx. What is that?
Beachworx is something we've developed now recently because, and learning more about this market and working down here over the last year, there are many different networking groups that people are affiliated with, and what I've noticed was they meet once a week, once every couple weeks, but they meet for an hour and then they disperse, and a lot of people are affiliated with these groups. Well, at Beachworx, you can start as a member at $49 a month, okay? And with that, you're able to come into the facility as you want, meet with other members, have meetings and so forth, ongoing. The collaboration and all the resources available are vastly more than what these other networking groups are doing. So for people to be able to take advantage of that, and in concert with all the resources and the high level of productivity and ongoing ability to meet, not just once, but ongoing, meet, collaborate, work together, and take that a step further, we are working now to affiliate with some other co-working places along the coast in Pensacola, Mobile, and then working east as well, so that Beachworx can be expanded, something we're calling the Emerald Coast Passport. That name may change, but that would allow folks to work in a flexible environment like ours along the coast. So just like you could pop into Beachworx now, you could pop into the place in Pensacola or in Mobile or in Panama City Beach along the coast. The flexibility of this is tremendous of what it can do for people.
It's as you were talking, I was thinking it's kind of like having a water cooler, the old water cooler where everybody talks, in a multifaceted business.
Correct.
But it gives you that access to people.
Access to people, resources. The resources I can't overstate enough. I mean, most people that have an office, a traditional office, the cost for them to go and either sign on for the long-term liabilities with some of the unknowns, whether it's seasonal employment down here or just not knowing what's going to happen 3 years or 5 years down the road in general, or so forth, and all the expenses. You take all those expenses of overhead, of equipment, of insurance, pick utilities, whatever it is, you eliminate that, and you can customize what you need. If you don't need, and even if you have a traditional office, say you're in Pensacola or you're in Panama City Beach or in 30A or somewhere, here if you want to expand, now you don't have to go sign another lease for 3 or 5 years. Here you can dip your toe, get a presence in the market, and then see where you go. And by the way, in places like Atlanta, it's not just small companies doing this. Big companies, Google, Microsoft, all kinds of companies are setting up offices. So our offices aren't just one person. It can be an executive office, or it could be an office with 2, 3, or 4 people, or 5 people, or whatever. So you have, small groups that can be organized in a way too.
Yeah, that's very flexible and a great idea. Thanks for bringing it to the area. We are way out of time, but I appreciate you coming in, and come back in a year. I want to get a progress report.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching.